We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Let your imagination soar with Audible. With stories across every genre, from expert advice to fantasy, you'll be inspired to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. Listening can even lead to a positive change in your mood, habits, and overall well-being. As an Audible member, you'll get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including bestsellers and new releases. Allow yourself to delve into the spooky this season by listening to classics like Stephen King's The Shining and Pet Sematary. There's more to imagine when you listen. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of October 15th, 2024. We are headed into week 8. We are 2/3 of the way through the actual season-ish, sort of. Not quite, but getting there. And I feel like we are now in the doldrums of just conference play. Because there's no fun non-conference games anymore. We are just playing conference games. And that's fun, but it does take away some of the.
What about the games that are conference games, but they've never been conference games before?
So that's good. Did we just lose Pitt Girl?
We did.
I think we did.
Okay.
She disappeared. It's a full moon. I mean, just like me.
It is.
I had to pick up my mom from the airport, and she made a comment that said, "Are you? Do you have a sign in front of your car that just says cut you off?" And I think I was probably cut off maybe about 12 times on the drive from the airport home back to the house. So
there you go.
It's a full moon.
Which one? Which one is full? Because we got 2 of them now.
Oh,
That's
is
true.
one the super moon?
No, one is the tiny moon, the new tiny moon we picked up for a little
Moon.
bit.
Oh, we got double moons. Oh, no wonder why.
And we got a comet.
New moon just dropped.
I haven't been able to see the comet, but
Oh my God! It says new moon. He dropped it. It's Hunter's supermoon rises this week.
Okay.
That's
Hunter
ominous.
Supermoon. Hunter Supermoon sounds like a really bad band.
Hunter.
I hope
Supermoon.
it's Hunter's band. I feel like he'd have a cool band.
Hunter Supermoon, quarterback for Toledo.
Let's wait till we get Pitt Girl back. Hello?
She's like, hello.
Hello? Can you hear us?
Yay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Can we hear her?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, she's back, folks.
So each month has a different moon name for the full moon that happens in there.
Mm-hmm.
January is the wolf moon.
Okay.
February is the snow moon. March is the worm moon.
Huh.
April is the pink moon, which apparently comes from native cultures and the fact that a lot of pink wildflowers tend to bloom then.
Okay, that's fair.
According to this incredibly poorly accredited website I'm looking at.
Sure.
I thought it was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
May is the flower moon, or if you're if you're a Yinzer, the flower moon.
Flora moon.
June is the strawberry moon. July is the buck moon, because the bucks start to regrow their antlers. August is the sturgeon moon.
Big old fish.
I didn't know we needed a fish moon.
Fish moon.
September is the full corn moon. October is the hunter's moon.
Yes. Talk about hunting.
November is the beaver moon.
Oh, God. Oregon State. Get ready, folks.
And December is the cold moon.
That feels uncreative, that last one.
Yeah.
The last one, they ran out of animals.
I do have a question about the January one. Is it wolf moon or all one word, or wolf space moon? Because that's an important distinction.
So I have wolf space moon, and it's only a one wolf moon.
Okay.
Which is important, I think, for us to know.
It's for Nevada. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to type in beaver moon into Google and see what I get.
Oh.
Goodbye,
God. I mean, don't you dare.
I would probably get driving directions, so.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
Safe
that's
search off.
No. No, what are you doing? No.
No, nothing really interesting.
Oh, okay.
Definitely don't put that in Bing, though.
Oh, yeah. Bing, it could be 100%. Yeah.
We all know what Bing is for.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, as always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Pitt Girl, Beth, and Arthur on the ones and twos. Commish, how are you, sir?
I've been better, but my mom flew in to take care of the kiddos while I go out of town this weekend to a game we'll discuss later. But she came in. She gave me all the horror stories from the Hurricane Milton, and saw a lot of photos and stuff, and just definitely glad she is okay, along with a bunch of the other folks in the area. And gave me some horror stories of HOA presidents and civic leaders. I do not care to discuss because, the Sickos Committee is really all about local politics, folks.
I mean, we could do a spin-off show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 100% easily good.
Just Pennsylvania alone, man. We got so many things.
Pitt Girl, how
so
are
many
you?
townships.
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Beth?
I'm well. I was programming shows for the last couple of days, so it has been fun, and I'm very glad that right now no one is asking me to try to program weird sounds. Thank you for that.
Folks, I'd like to issue Dan Lanning an apology. On the last podcast, I made it very clear that his 10-man intentional thing that
12-man.
12-man.
Sorry, that everyone thought was a conspiracy theory. I was like, this isn't true. There's no way. Turns out, this was something they had planned for.
Or is he just claiming it?
I mean, I hope for his sake that it is true and he was just being honest, because based off of what I have seen on Twitter, the NCAA is about to change the way that this rule is enforced, in part because he admitted to doing it on purpose, which is lame.
Like you mess over Ohio State on some situation here. Immediate rule change.
This is the perfect thing, because this is what gets a rule named after you.
Mm-hmm.
This becomes the Lanning rule.
So this is the Lanning rule.
Like the Pickett rule.
The last rule that we had was the Kenny Pickett fake slide rule, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the Pickett rule. We also got the Juan Price rule, which is not, it was made and then immediately did not get enforced.
So what rule would you want to do here? Would you want to say that it's okay, you can just play with 12 men?
Yeah,
that seems like a problem. Do you want to say that, like, instead of doing a 10-second run off, we're going to do a 10-second run on? The game just got 10 seconds longer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give him 12 seconds because there's 12 people on there.
There you go. You get a
or maybe add a second
for every person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like when Tennessee had 13 men on the field in that crazy Les Miles game against LSU.
Right.
So that should have been 2 more seconds there.
Which is two Iron Bowl touchdowns.
I mean, for sure.
Maybe if you have 12 men on the field in a situation like that, you get away with it, but you have to pay licensing to Texas A&M because they're litigious about that trademark.
There's a 12th man. That's right.
I also want to talk about Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy, in a Zoom press conference today, said he took a headbutt from a cow.
Well, it was on Monday.
It was on Monday.
It was on Monday.
Okay.
So linear time is a mistake.
Yes.
But it happened on Monday. There was a press conference that he said that his presser was via Zoom because he took a pretty big headbutt from a cow, one of his cattle that he has, which it makes sense because he's a cowboy. And he was a little dizzy, and so the best that he could do is basically do a press conference at home, and his face was a little bloodied, but he would be okay. This led to probably one of my favorite things that I've ever made for the committee. So shout out to Reddit CFB on Twitter. They came up with the the injury reports that you see, like Mike Gundy questionable, quote unquote cow. So I made a graphic. I felt like Bleacher Report for a bit, and I just put breaking Mike Gundy questionable parentheses cow on a graphic with Oklahoma State colors. My favorite part is when I put that on Blue Sky, and I was like, I'm not giving you context.
But then you did.
But then I did. I was just like, fine, you get context.
So the question that I have here is he in the concussion protocol?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that because he said that he was a little bit dizzy.
He's got a bye week, so he should be okay and cleared to coach next week. Practice, I don't know.
I feel like if you're a head football coach, like you should take concussions a little more seriously.
True.
But then you're Mike Gundy, so probably not.
Yeah.
Are we worried about? Are we more worried about Mike Gundy being concussed or the cow?
Oh,
Cows
this is an
heads-
excellent point.
No, cows' heads are so hard. Like people have
Yes.
broken their fists
Yes,
trying
but
to
Mike
punch
Gundy's
Okay.
head is also so hard.
Yes. This is Mike Gundy. He's a man. He's 40.
He is.
He's like 50 now.
56. We had a podcast bit about that. I'm a man. I'm 56. Yeah, there was I don't know, man. It just I had jokes going, and I was like, as soon as he said he was okay, and we got the audio that he was okay, he's just a little dizzy. I mean, I'm sure he's like hiding behind sunglasses, like if he was bloodied or he has, we haven't seen a picture of him after the cow incident.
Mike Gundy has a cow hangover.
Yeah. Just I hope he is okay. Like honestly, because I mean, a cow. At least it wasn't with the hooves like kicked.
Yeah.
It was just like a headbutt, which is still rough. But I feel like a kick could be much worse.
If you've ever been around toddlers, you know what it's like to get headbutted. And they have softer heads.
I got headbutted on Sunday by my toddler. I get beat up by my toddler ridiculously. It's just a matter of like, is she gonna bite me? Is she gonna headbutt me in the chest? Is she gonna run around the corner and catch me like America's Funniest Home Videos? Is she going to, you have no idea where she'll just smack you out of nowhere. So it's fun. Have kids. Enjoy this.
I'm just excited to learn, finally, after all this time, what the Oklahoma State drill is.
Just running into a cow straight on? Yeah.
Okay. Man, I almost want to make Hector like animate this somehow, where it's like a cow versus Mike Gundy. But I don't know if we make too much light of the situation. Where
he's fine.
He said he was fine.
He said he was fine.
Well, again, I don't know. Head injuries are tricky. So I just, after we got away with the thing that was on the previous podcast and that person was able to cast their vote.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
I
don't want to chance.
I love those sounds open.
I don't want to chance anything underneath the Hunter supermoon. All right. Ow.
No, it's not the wolf moon. That's in January.
This is
the hunter moon. Yes.
Why couldn't it be like the moose moon or something? The meese moon.
Maybe they have that in Canada.
Happy Thanksgiving, Canada, by the way.
What noise would a hunter make at the moon?
It's a duck call.
So is this person hunting the moon and trying to attract him?
It's firearm shots.
What's the moon
so
edition of the Duck Commander?
Well, see, when the moon falls towards Earth, then you can get a real clear shot. I think that's what the movie's about, probably.
I assume you just used an ocarina, but everything I know about the moon I learned playing Majora's Mask.
Mhm.
You didn't learn anything about the moon from our friends at the Shutdown Fullcast?
No, I don't. I never learned.
Moon's haunted. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when the moon is in the 7th house, I have no idea what happens from that point.
And I can't say anything more without spoiling the great movie Moonfall.
Arthur, at some point, someone either in our Discord or on Twitter, I can't remember which, asked for an Arthur movie podcast, which sounds like
Behind the paywall, Arthur's movie reviews.
Jesus Christ.
Patreon? Seriously, if you want to do it, Arthur, do it. I wish I could learn how to edit podcasts too, and I could get more random podcasts out on the Patreon wall. But yeah, Arthur's movie reviews podcast, that would be good.
Arthur, I feel like the kindest thing I can do for you in this endeavor is not be on this podcast, since I have seen like no movies.
No. I think this is good. We need a straight man, if you will.
I think
Beth comes into this knowing nothing
about anything.
The last movie I've seen was Coco for the 75th time.
I just watched The Swan Princess 4 times today.
There you go.
Nice.
Also, Matt Rule
apparently
said player Sear Wright is a Blackshirt at Nebraska, which is like their defensive.
Yes,
like
the defensive players, they have to earn black shirts for practice. It's a hollow tradition, and it's incredibly serious. And they requested and were granted that the punter Brian Buscini also get a black shirt.
Hell yeah!
That's got to be the first punter ever to have a black shirt.
I'm gonna guarantee that.
Nebraska fans, sound off in the comments.
Yes.
We do have our first bit of bowl renaming news today. The Camellia Bowl is gone. It is now the ISIS Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Is that how that's pronounced?
Sorry, I think I misspoke there. Give me a moment. It is the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Aha.
So it's the
solutions for systems.
So it's the IS4S. So that is IS. SSSS Bowl, right?
Did we come up with this acronym?
I don't know. It seems like we did.
IS4S. It reads like ISIS. And
I saw ISIS when I was like, wait,
same.
ISIS?
Ice ass.
Yeah, ice ass.
Well, a lot. You got to hand it to ISIS, right? Lots of good people died for ISIS. So saluting the veterans.
No matter what, you do not have to hand it to ISIS. That is what we learned.
No matter what, you do not have to hand it to this person.
Maybe the one from Archer that then had to hastily rename itself.
Right, that they had to get rid of.
Yeah.
I'd like to describe to y'all what ISIS does. Sorry, Ice Force. Ice Force.
Jordan.
Ice Force?
Yeah.
We're getting Ice Force. I like this. We're getting a new branch of the military with a sad flag with no banners.
Honestly, like Ice Force, right? Because we got Space Force. The Space Force is what gets us to Hoth. Now we need the Ice Force.
So let me read a little bit about. I'm not going to read their About Us section. I'm going to read their areas of expertise. And I want you to figure out what this company does.
I mean, I can already tell you it's a defense contractor just by the name.
Munitions concepts, lethality, and effectiveness.
There we go.
Ooh.
Missile systems, positioning, navigation, timing, communication, and networks. Custom shipping containers.
Probably for missiles.
Vehicle electronics, energetic weapons.
Ooh.
Robots, additive manufacturing, and decontamination systems. So from top to bottom.
So lasers, missiles, and sometimes the things that you need to clean up the messes that lasers and missiles make.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And so now they've got a bowl game. Are they our most defense contractor bowl game? Absolutely not, because the Armed Forces Bowl is still sponsored by Lockheed Martin. Did the Camellia Bowl ever have a sponsor?
Yes.
I don't think so.
It was the
Wait,
Raycom
like
Media
Camellia
Bowl.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Raycom was the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. They sponsored it, despite it being broadcast on ESPN.
Oh yeah, sorry. It was Raycom and then Tax Act was there for a couple of years when Tax Act had every bowl game.
I think Tax Act just signed a deal with ESPN to sponsor any bowl game they didn't have a sponsor for.
Yeah, they had a bunch for a while.
Honestly,
they could
that's
probably just write that off.
Yeah, so this is a Huntsville, Alabama-based government and military contractor, if you could not tell. So the ISIS Salute to Veterans Bowl is going to be... Hey, you know what? Maybe you should have a better fucking name for your company.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You might want to like update that acronym. I mean, if it's that, you know, integrated solutions for
Because here's
systems.
the thing. It's not the Integrated Solutions for Systems Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Yeah.
It is the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl.
I mean, I think at this point, I can confidently say that the internet will just call this the ISIS Bowl.
It's going to happen. We're already calling it now on the podcast. It's going to be...
At best, you're going to get ice ass.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, I don't know how old this company was, if they were around before ISIS was a thing. I mean, I know like there are people that have the name ISIS like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to know why Ice Spice goes by Ice Spice, it's because her like given name is ISIS. But
so I had a student named Isis, and we forcibly like changed her nickname to Izzy. Like as teachers, we were like, we're gonna make this nickname stick because you don't need this in your life.
Gosh, that's like, it's messed up that like a terror group would just have like a name that people have, right? Like, I feel like there weren't a lot of people like walking around named like Al Qaeda or something like that, but like, man, like that's gotta be rough.
You don't
like,
know you don't know Ali Qaeda?
I would say if you, Al Qaeda, are listening to the podcast,
Al Kiner.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's one thing if there's like a problematic person or something, right? Like, if there's someone, I mean, like, there have been like criminals, people who do heinous, like terrible things that have relatively common names, and then you have to deal with that, right? But like, that's one thing. Like, you can kind of joke about like, well, like, you know, why should I change it? Like, he sucks. Like, man, when it's like a full on organization that is man, that's tough. I don't know what else to say about that.
I like this here because it's integrated solutions, and integrated solutions are capital letters.
Yeah.
Then four, the you know, the conjunction.
Listeners, by the way, it's the number 4. Just so I'm clear, it's not the word 4. It is the number 4.
Yes,
no, but the actual company is named 4 Systems. So if you look at it would be ISS, which is the International Space Station. Is there like a trademark issue? They couldn't go ISS.
That's better.
It is better than I don't know. Not
or even ISFS. Like,
yeah, I mean,
we are getting now to the season-ending injury part of the season when people's bodies are just falling apart. Pour one out for Graham Mertz in Florida. Graham Mertz is done for the season. Also, I'm going to say this as neutrally as possible. Cam Rising is out for the season at Utah.
I wish Cam Rising well on his PhD.
He can come back for an 8th year. He is eligible.
I love this like discourse that we have now, since like people had like the COVID year, and then they have like injury red shirts, medical red shirts. There's transfers in the transfer portals. There's like 7-year QBs. There's 6-year QBs. I love this conversation because there is like the side of go on LinkedIn and get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the other side. It's just like stay in school forever. The real world sucks. If somebody's going to pay you NIL to go be their quarterback at whatever school, do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm personally on like stay in college forever because the real world sucks. Mm-hmm. just, I mean, if somebody's going to keep paying you to do it, it's fine. It sucks that the young, you know, transfer QBs or whatever don't have an opportunity, but there's plenty of different schools to play at. And I love it, the fact because there's no depth at any of the top schools now. Mm-hmm. And so the wildness and erratic quarterback play is everywhere, and it's a lot of fun.
I mean, also, like, you know, you talk about getting a job on LinkedIn. You want to get a job on LinkedIn, you got to have some experience. You got to have some stuff on your resume. What better way to get that than by having even more education, even more seasons of college football? that you can put on your LinkedIn. I mean, you might say like, oh, like that's not relevant. Doesn't matter. You can put anything on LinkedIn. Did you see the guy who just went to prison and like announced it as like I'm now in prison, like on LinkedIn?
I've
Yeah,
accepted
and he got a
a new
bunch of
position
It was
at
like one of the
federal
FTX
penitentiary.
guys. Yeah,
Congrats.
one of the FTX guys.
Congrats on your new
Like,
promotion.
so I'm saying, man,
There's
you
a bunch of
can
comments.
you can do whatever you want in life. Put that on LinkedIn because like it's maybe it'll be relevant at some point. You know, it's going to help you land a job.
It's another line on the resume. You know, you can start applying for all those jobs that are like, oh, we're sorry, you got to have at least 8 years of college football. This isn't an entry-level position.
Can we talk about how terrifying, like the internet's most terrifying brand of shit poster might be LinkedIn shit posters?
No,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I've had to. So I'm on LinkedIn right now more than usual for various things, and it's awful. Like it is the worst kind of shit posting ever because it all feels like it was run through Chat GPT, and if it wasn't, that scares me even. If it wasn't, that scares me even more because I have a very like high level of bullshit for systems integration with brand marketing outreach and all that bullshit.
And integrated solution systems or whatever we just talked about.
Like, I fucking hate every ounce of it. And oh my God, it is my nightmare place.
It's the bad place.
It
I
is
mean,
God, the bad place.
I feel like I can only hate on it so much because like I have legitimately gotten actual like real ass jobs through LinkedIn. And I mean, yeah, you just have to go into it knowing that everyone's going to be trying to sell you something or sell themselves or something like that. And you just have to be okay with that. You know, you just have to be able to see through that.
The best thing a friend of mine said was it is a bunch of B-list people selling C-list people on the idea that they can turn into A-list people.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. It's fun if you know the people in person. So then you'll see some post about how they're like transforming their learning by doing X, Y, and Z. And you're like, man, I know you. You're not doing any of that.
I saw you once try to put gin in your eye to get drunk faster. I know that you're not transforming anything. Snorting gin was a real rough one.
Transforming methods of gin consumption.
Yeah.
Putting that on my LinkedIn.
I saw someone snort gin once, and man, that was a bad time.
Sometimes when you talk, I wonder if I actually went to college.
What are they doing at the Ivy League? What is the Ivy League? Why is the Ivy League?
I wasn't joking about trying to like drop it in his eye.
Turn that into an endorsement on LinkedIn. You saw somebody.
Yes.
You saw somebody snort gin. Turn that into a LinkedIn endorsement.
He dropped it in his eye too. He thought that would help.
Okay, that's fine. Turn that into a LinkedIn endorsement. Make that into an endorsement.
I like how gin in the eye is the Ivy League version of what they get up to at Tennessee.
Come on, you got to say like
Allegedly.
he's an innovator.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He thinks outside the box.
Uh-huh. He was looking for new ways to get drunk faster.
Like we've explored so many things. We're going to explore the intraocular space.
He has an eye for new ideas.
New
There
ideas.
it is.
Oh, there we go.
New ideas. That's right.
He
I
puts
feel
the
like
eye
with
in
ISIS.
gin.
From a scientific perspective, we have not explored every avenue for becoming inebriated, right? Like obviously there's drinking it, right? Oral consumption of alcohol.
True.
And we've gotten to like butt chugging or whatever going that way. But like imagine if there was a way where you could consume alcohol not orally but orally.
I mean, we had
Alcohol?
I mean, I mean, like, hey, he had a really good hypothesis.
we once talked about vaporizing vodka.
Ooh,
And
that's like
consuming it
chemical
with,
weapons.
and consuming it with like a mask.
Yeah, Vladdy vape.
Good at brainstorming.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
feels like a great way to die.
Oh man.
damn it.
Alcoholic vapes.
We're gonna dip our toe into something that
Okay, dip it in.
I ranted on about Twitter a little while ago, saying I wouldn't talk about the podcast, but I'm gonna talk about it slightly here.
Go ahead.
This
They want us
week-
to talk about
Is
it.
something on your heart?
In 2 weeks, It is the Battle of I-75, which is Bowling Green, Toledo. And it's going to be in Toledo. And the Bowling Green band comes. It's only about 30 miles away. That's real close.
Mm-hmm.
And Toledo has said that Bowling Green's band cannot perform at halftime because they are doing a induction to the Toledo Hall of Fame ceremony. And this makes me angry. Halftime is for bands, 1. 2, if you're a visiting band and you drag your ass all the way to an away game, you should get 7 minutes of halftime.
Yeah.
Or 6 or whatever.
Honestly, if they're not going to do that, my state would be like, okay, we get pregame.
Right. And I think they're letting them do a little pregame. But even to me, pregame's not the same.
No, it's not.
And
this bothers me. So how many of you guys have seen a Hall of Fame induction ceremony as part of a college football game?
Yes.
I have. Anybody else?
Pitt Girl, I know you have. You just probably weren't paying enough attention.
Yeah, probably
has
not.
done this.
And when was that ceremony held? Because I can tell you because I just watched one.
I know when Pitt does it, they don't do it at halftime. Like it's like a media timeout type thing. Like the red hat guy comes on the field and they induct people into the Hall of Fame because it's not really the actual induction. They don't actually do that there. They just have the people come out and acknowledge them and then they go back.
Right.
That was why I was doing the skeptical eyebrows, because it's not really the induction per se.
Well, okay, because if you're doing an induction, the whole point is to have an event that you can sell tickets to and raise money at.
Yeah.
Right. But even in the cases where like I'm there and they're retiring somebody's number, this is happening at the end of the first quarter.
Right.
Like you have built-in breaks for this stuff. Halftime is what, 20 minutes?
Yeah. In
what world do you need 10 minutes to accomplish this thing? You're going to make a half an hour out of a limerick. Stop it.
This is something where okay, like if you just say we want like band gamesmanship, we're going to stick your band in the worst fucking like spot. Got it. That is traditional shit. That's fine. I don't care about that. But if the band is there, they get halftime.
Right.
Full stop. And if they don't, then we are just sidelining an important part of the game yet again. And it makes me angry and it makes me frustrated. And it takes away from what we talk about in terms of what the college football experience is.
I mean, do we know how many people Toledo's inducting into their hall? Maybe they're inducting like 50 people, and it's going to take forever.
Then you know what? Then they need to trim that shit down.
Or like spend time and honor them at a bunch of games.
Yes, if it's that important.
So it's a Hall of Fame induction, and they do it. Okay, so when I went to last year, I went to Idaho State at Holt Arena, Idaho State versus Northern Colorado. They did this. They inducted people in the Hall of Fame in between the first and third quarters.
Yep.
And they did some at halftime also. So they like spread it out through the entire game. They honored some people before the game too. And that was the homecoming. Is it homecoming for Toledo too?
It doesn't look like it. Oh, by the way, 7 people.
7 people.
This is...
Okay, hire the guy from the Micro Machines commercials and get through those 7 really fast.
I mean, I'm looking at their dossiers. I could read them right now in less than 7 minutes. I won't. You want to hear that? Apparently, go to halftime at the Toledo game.
Like, yes, there are places to honor people in games. No, it does not have to be at halftime. And this encroaching upon the band stuff makes the bands feel less valuable. And this is part of just them trying to sideline it, because I understand that from an ops perspective, what you want is to be able to push the button, music starts, push the button again, music stops. Adding 150 to 200 people is not ideal. However, you are dealing with a messy sport that has 150 years of various appendages that are there as part of the thing. And I will tell you that from the band point of view, when it feels like we're not playing at all, why the fuck am I here? So this just makes me angry. This is something, the hill that I will die on and I will scream about to every AD and every fucking athletic department person I talk to, that you can tell the places that respect their athletic bands and the ones that don't. And this drives me crazy. Rant off. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, like it's the number one way your students actually get involved with what happens on Saturdays.
Like what other group brings that many students to every single goddamn game?
No matter how terrible you are or what stupid thing your coach says in his press conference.
I'm not talking about, okay, Alabama. You know what? If Alabama's band wasn't there, you could probably sell the seats. I feel like you might be able to do that. Luckily, Alabama supports their band for the most part. But, like, we're watching 3 games currently, y'all, where I hate to do this because I fucking hate discourse around, lol, no one's at these games. Like, my least favorite discourse on Twitter is that one, which is why I hate posting crowd shots. But the bands are there.
Yes.
And they're cheering and they're playing, and they don't leave till 0-0. Unless it's the Western Michigan band in Kalamazoo last weekend because of the hail. They called it a night. I don't feel like that's fine. I feel pretty.
Yeah. Hail, not good for instruments.
Yeah. Rain, bad for instruments too. So anyways, rant off, support your bands. They're an important part of the experience. And PA people, turn the fucking music off while your band plays, please. If you listen to more of that, listen to Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, a podcast about bands and whatever else Beth and I wanted to talk about.
This was an extended preview for our Patreon show. So,
There we go. Commish, we have 3 games going on right now. How are they doing?
All right, live updates. We got a 5er.
Jesus Christ.
We got a 5er,
Another one?
folks.
Is it 5 to 10?
It's 14-5. Middle Tennessee leads Kennesaw State. We got a 5er.
Okay, that Kennesaw State safety was a legit one. Mitsu was back in their own end zone, tried to run it out. Offensive line just disintegrated.
Let's go Kennesaw State. The Owl comeback begins now. Hopefully, we'll give you live updates throughout this podcast that we're tweeting and podcasting at the same time. It's great. Louisiana Tech was down 7-0. They have roared back. They are up 14-7 in Las Cruces. South Alabama, the battle for the belt. They lead 25-3.
Yeah.
Midway through the 4th. The belt is it could be going to Mobile.
How did we get to 25?
How did we get to 25? Let's talk about that. Let's see here. We had a field goal attempt. We had a touchdown pass plus the extra point. Then we had a safety because Troy fumbled it out of the end zone. That's 2 safeties. It's 2 for Tuesday on safeties.
Another one where the snapper snapped back to the punter and just fucking launched it.
Yeet!
Great.
We are having so many of those. And I think, Commish, you were right. You talked about this a while ago. I think it's the fact that they're used to a certain distance, but when you're on that end line, like you don't have it, like you
have to downshift the snap, but it's weird because, again, you probably don't practice your long snap from like 10 yards. You're always practicing it from 15.
Yes.
And so when it's if you don't practice it enough, you hope to never have to snap from your own one. But, it happens every now and then.
There's a famous musical phrase called practice the way you perform. And this is one of those where I would definitely throw a couple of reps right now if I were a special teams coordinator of let's practice that shorter long snap just in case. Tomorrow night, we have 2 Conference USA games as well. Western Kentucky at Sam Houston, which actually has stakes for the top of Conference USA, and FIU at UTEP, which does not. The best was during this game, again, because these games are on, the Kansas State game is on CBS Sports Network, so, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then they cut in to preview FIU at UTEP with the same music. It's so good. And then
So I had dreams. I had dreams of this off season doing this trip. So I had dreams of going to the New Mexico State La Tech game tonight. Then what CFB campus tour is doing. Then going to UTEP in, I think it's FIU.
yes,
On Wednesday, and then driving and going to another game that I'm going to this weekend, and just making it like a family vacation. And things didn't happen, but I'll get one. But yeah, I would love to be. I would love to be at both of these games because man, I need some red green chilies in my life again.
yeah.
Like oh my God, I just
Hey, Commish, Beth, what did you find at your grocery store?
I found Hatch chilies
Oh,
in Pennsylvania, and I bought them, and I have no idea what to do with them. They're just sitting in my fridge.
They're fresh,
oh my
right?
God.
Yes.
Okay, so you, need,
Woo!
so you need to roast them off. Go
Oh,
over to the
yeah.
patio, get on the super high heat, and roast those.
Yes,
babies.
roast them.
You got to char 'em.
Take him down to the southern office and let him aflame.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, let them get like crispy, and then you could chop it up.
And then you
oh
can
my
freeze
God.
them and they'll last forever.
Okay.
They will, and you could do it. You could add that into like the chili you made the other day. You could add that. Oh man,
I'm
and the hatch
supposed to
is
make
not
another.
too spicy.
I am supposed to make another round of that. So I
Okay,
was
so the
told I
hatch is
must.
not
oh,
the
so
hatch is not too
everywhere.
spicy, but it gives you a good kick.
Okay.
But it's not like on the Scoville rating or whatever. The Scoville, if I said that right,
You got it.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's
So-
it's not really that high up there, but it is a good flavor and a good little to the
So,
chili.
like, instead of the anchos that I used?
I would use half ancho, half hatch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Split
you
it.
just get a little different flavor. Another
Mhm.
kind that you again now it's cooking time. If you ever find guajillo peppers,
I
that
have no
also
idea what
adds-
that is.
it's just a different kind of like dried chili.
Okay.
They added just a little different kind of flavor, a little more like chocolatey flavor to your chili. It's really good.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I promise not
Um,
to use chickpeas.
That was the best trolling you did. It was so good. I was so proud of you because that is my kind of trolling. You're good.
Yeah, everybody thought I was you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I did. On Thursday night, we do get Sunbelt and ACC action. Georgia State at Marshall. Not
Ooh.
like that one's got some spiciness to it. Boston College at Virginia Tech is the one
Hell
that
yeah.
the one that like I'm drawn to emotionally.
Oh
Yes.
God.
Reject modernity. Return to Big East.
Mm.
Like Inner Sand.
Oh man,
it's
we're gonna get Enter
7:31.
Sandman on Thursday night. Oh hell yeah.
This
Oh.
game in 2001 has national title implications. Not so much anymore. And then on Friday, our menu that I love to put out, we have the Ivy League opener, Brown at Princeton. Delightful. Florida State at Duke.
Oh God.
Right?
Oh that
Oh, no.
Oh wait, hold on.
Don't look at that.
No, hold on. I gotta look because
I'm gonna look at
I
that.
know Duke is 5-1.
They are.
Is Florida State 1-5?
They are.
They are
Oh my God.
Oh God.
The odd couple.
the Palindrome Bowl.
And Manny Diaz just sitting there smiling. This could be Florida State fans have already written the season off like for various levels. This one's gonna hurt more.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also okay. Arthur, I need a call on this one. Oregon at Purdue. Number 2 Oregon at Purdue. Is this a trap game?
Hold on. So Jordan, you made the Purdue Pete Bain.
Okay, so I made that pre-Sickos Committee. That is
Yes.
from me hopped up on painkillers in 2020.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was before we had the Twitter account. It was still in the Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
That might
So
have been one of my
before-
stupid ideas.
it probably was.
Yes. Just like I think Brutus the Buckeye holding up the flag at Iwo Jima was too. It was my stupid idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was
Probably
a lot
my-
of stuff.
Probably my
before.
favorite thing I ever made.
I love that one so much. I'm still it's burned in my head. It's great.
The Sickos Madonna with Child was my phone background for like 2 years.
I I forgot about that.
There is
Kids,
so you made this, and then
OxyContin's not great for a lot of things, but for creativity during a pandemic, locked
Yes.
in.
You want to
Yes,
join the
totally.
Patreon and come on the Discord and look for all of the stuff that we posted in the way back when? It's on there.
It's there.
It sure
Don't
is in
search
there.
2020. God damn.
Yeah, it's there. It's still there. You can't hide it. It's still there. I love that you posted that on Monday.
Yes.
Right? And you just posted it. Yeah. And so it got about 4,400 likes, which is a pretty solid tweet. If we ever had like a 400 like tweet in like 2021, we'd be freaking out. But like we can't even see these notifications anymore. Thank you, Elon. But then Purdue does a uniform reveal with the Bane voice today, which is incredible. Talking about them being molded in the darkness for their blackout jerseys. So and then I just replied to that tweet with the same picture that you made.
It wouldn't be the first time that something that one of us made several years ago ended up on official.
I told
football.
you were a TikTok star, Arthur.
TikTok
I
star.
told you.
Star
TikTok
Arthur.
star.
Yay, one of us
God.
knows how to do the TikToks.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't. I just did one 2
Quick,
years
Arthur,
ago.
do a TikTok dance for me.
I love how they put the 6-0 over like the 30-pack of course.
Well, and Photoshop the updated bowl season logo
Yes,
over the
like in your
t-shirt.
shirt.
Yep.
Yep. Gotta stay on brand. I don't think that Purdue is going to win this one, but it is on. Hey, Fox, aren't you glad you spent so much money on this to show Oregon at Purdue in West Lafayette on a Friday night?
I mean, it is Purdue versus a highly ranked team.
And
in West
Purdue,
Lafayette.
when Purdue swapped quarterbacks, they got better. There's someone else. They have someone else under center. It's better, but I don't know.
Purdue, like, they randomly started scoring a bunch of points last week. Like,
It's quarterbacks.
Yeah, not even
Hudson
most
Card
of the game.
got hurt.
Yes.
And so they had to start their I think it was like a redshirt freshman quarterback.
Yes. Let me get his name.
Yeah, well,
And-
maybe he should have been playing the whole time because it's like just. I looked it up. I think 75% of their Big Ten points were in their last game. Like they were not doing anything at all. So
Ryan Brown is his name, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that there's like a tradition of Purdue being a scary place to play if you're a ranked team, especially number 2. But I don't have any more trap memes from the movie. Like I used those all up for Bama Vandy. So unless we want to try to make Admiral Quackbar, it's a trap, a thing for this, that's pretty much all I got right
Okay,
there.
so we're gonna put Puddles' face on the Admiral Akbar, and it's gonna say,
I see the vision.
okay, it's gonna say, okay, I like that.
I'm also going to I'm going to start dropping various shots from Dark Knight Rises with Purdue Pete's head in there.
Okay.
Victory has defeated you. Absolutely. Peace has made you weak. Yes.
I think the one I would go with for how I think this game is going to go is that they need to find one of us in the wreckage.
Okay, I like
you need
that.
to find one of us in the wreckage. Yes, that's it.
Expect one of us in the wreckage,
brother. They expect it's Purdue Pete, and then Puddles' face on the one they're leaving behind.
Okay, I like that.
I love like people are gonna.
Yep.
People are gonna try to freezing cold take us with all the bookmarks that we're just doing. I'm like, we're fine. I don't care. Freezing cold take us. It's almost an honor at this point.
Because we're not the kind of people that will like go back and do receipts for everyone else who like was calling us bullshit.
The only person I'm holding receipts for is the Iowa State fan who said he would tase himself in the nuts if Pitt basketball won in the NCAA tournament.
Has that happened yet?
No.
One day.
One day.
Unlike Florida State fan.
I'm not keeping track of the receipts for him.
I'm not even doing receipts for the stuff that would actually be easy for us to do receipts for.
Yeah, that's so much extra work.
I
That's
mean-
too many receipts. This is not CVS.
Any like freezing cold take you get hit by, like that's engagement. That's
The
engagement right
engagement.
there.
All engagement is good engagement, right, Jordan?
Yeah, but you don't say that. I say that.
Ugh.
More
I hate it.
chili posts.
Yes. My band posts are doing numbers, man. I'm just saying. Other games on that.
No, that's
On,
fine.
other
It's
games on
fine.
a Friday
I'll do it.
night. We've got the Oklahoma State BYU 9:15 Central like kick. We also have, of course, the Mountain West late night kick, which is Fresno State at Nevada. Which, if you'd asked me 6 months ago about that game,
No way.
wasn't
Yeah,
excited.
like that's the worst. But now it's like, oh,
now this one's probably going to be the most fun in that time slot. On the
Okay.
Oklahoma State BYU. Do you even remember that BYU is undefeated? Is that something that you guys actually put in your heads?
6-0. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I am tangentially aware of it. Yes.
I know
I
they're
have to
punter.
be reminded.
Right. Like this is of all the undefeated teams right now, this is the one that I just don't remember.
No, I look. I know their quarterback.
Mhm.
He's not the same religion as
Yeah.
he
Shout
has
out
shirt.
to Dick Retzlaff,
Retzlaff,
affectionately
yes.
known as the BY Jew.
That's right. I also know their punter Ryan Rick Howe. I can't even say it right. I'm sorry. I didn't say it right. BYU folks. He's fantastic. Or was that the punter that graduated? Oh no. I know Will Farron is the kicker because he has a lot of prime number field goals.
There we go.
So
The
I
important-
love the stupid stats that I track along with, and then we can never forget Cosmo. Cosmo, 6-0 Cosmo. So
Okay, did you see the video of
Yes.
last weekend of Cosmo ripping
Yeah.
off his shirt to show the
yes,
abs
he's
and then
got abs.
twirling fire?
I didn't
Yes,
know
he's
Cosmo
twirl-
was allowed to do
He's
that.
twirled fire. He's jumped through rings of fire before. Cosmo is insane. He skydived
He
onto the
skydove.
set.
Mhm.
Yeah, skydove.
So one of the rules we had in college is that when you buy furniture for a frat house, it has to be a certain level of fire resistant.
So you're
That
you
seems
know
like a
that
good rule
Do
to
you
have.
know
Everything
how
used
or
for-
why the rule came into being?
I mean, you can probably guess.
Yeah, but I want to
so-
know if there was a specific story.
Not that I know of. I mean, there was a story of one house when they got derecognized, they burned their house down as a final party. That one was real.
So are you suggesting that you skin Cosmo and then repurpose Cosmo's pelt into flame retardant cushion covers for a couch?
I'm wondering how flame retardant that costume is. Like, how much you have to spray that thing to make sure that you don't catch fire? Because he does lots of fire shit.
He does. He's sponsored by DuPont. Flame
Is he-
retardant Cosmo.
Is he the most athletic mascot? I think he is, and it might not be close.
Yeah,
Because he
I'm gonna
does
give that
the
to
push-ups
Cosmo.
on the tables, like the
Yes.
hopped up push-ups. He does lots of shit.
He does.
Lots of mascots do the push-ups, but I have a harder time coming up with some of the other shenanigans that he gets up to.
Well, so he does the mascots do push-ups. What he does, Beth, is they stack like 3 or 4 folding tables, and
Yeah,
he
and he
will do
hops
push-ups
up.
and hops up from each one.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
stacks them and jumps up. I don't see mascots do that.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When's the last time we saw Big Red do push-ups?
I
Not
don't
much.
think Big Red
Big
does
Red
that.
would need longer arms, I would think, for that task.
Okay.
Our beautiful
Let's-
spherical boy.
I just want to say this.
Yeah.
Mike Gundy has to travel
Like
to
spherical?
Provo.
Is that the shape you think he is?
Spheroid.
I mean, he's
A
kind of a
perfectly
spherical.
spherical Big Red. Man, if I were teaching
Imagine a
physics,
perfectly spherical Big Red.
if I'm teaching physics at fucking Western Kentucky, how is not no cows? We're not talking spherical cows. It is a spherical Big Red on a frictionless plane.
I feel like a spherical Big Red is the kind of thing that like the Syracuse Orange has up on like a poster in his dorm room. There you go.
Yes.
Scrub that one out of your brain.
Commissioner, you're gonna
Big
say
Red. Big Red, but it's the Pink Floyd nude ladies.
Yeah.
yeah, just the butts.
Can
Mhm.
maybe those
Mascot
are bedroom
butts.
eyes.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to correct myself about the punter. Landon Reckow was there. Ryan is actually, I believe, in the NFL now. their punter is Sam Vanderhaar. So I had the punters incorrect. I remembered last year's punter. But the brother, Landon Reckhow, is there now, I believe. That's all I wanted to correct it, and y'all can talk about Big Red's butt more later.
I mean, I like big red butts, and I cannot lie.
Shout out to Sam Vanderhaar, former Pitt punter, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's transfer. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some games of the week options on there, but we need to talk about sort of what our games of the weeks are going to be. And we'll start a little bit before we do the ad read, and then we'll go through after that.
Yeah.
Commish, this week has some like spicy choices.
Yeah, it does.
I want to start with talking about UCLA at Rutgers, an 11 a.m. Eastern game on Fox Sports 1.
No, 11 a.m. Central. So these are all Central.
My bad. You're right. My
So
bad.
it's
You're right.
noon Eastern, which would be 9 a.m. Pacific for UCLA.
UCLA doesn't deserve this.
I feel like
I mean-
UCLA has gotten like the absolute short end of the stick on travel and game times.
Yeah.
And playing football and the sport itself and scoring points and having a defense.
I'm going to look at this like Chip Kelly saw this and he was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I am not like they just joined
Fuck
the
this, I'm out.
big screw this out. I'm just going to go sit in the booth in Columbus, Ohio. And that's what I'm going to do. And I can use the bathroom because that's the difference between the coordinator and you know, when they don't have the ball, he can go use the bathroom in the press box. So
there is no way Chip Kelly is the kind of person that would go pee during a game.
he said it in a press conference.
Did he?
He did.
Oh, I missed this apparently. Damn, never mind
It was
then.
like 2 weeks ago. He was talking about. They asked him a question. It was like, "What's the difference between head coach and being an offensive coordinator?" He's like, "Well, I could use the bathroom in between drives."
Good answer, coach.
He
How
goes, "Great
many?
answer."
How many? Never mind. Gonna skip that one.
Yeah,
right there.
no, we're not. No.
Like this one calls to me as well because this is Big Ten. This
Yeah.
is I wonder if it's the first time they've ever played. Hold up.
No, they've played before. Maybe.
Are you sure about that? No. This is the
Ah.
first time they've ever played. These are two teams who have been playing football for over 100 years. And this is the first time they've played. That's impressive.
Is UCLA the Rutgers of California?
That is such a fraught statement. Academically, emotionally. I mean,
Maybe.
Rutgers also has a university in their state that is basically better at them academics in every single way. So,
Yeah, I was just sort of wondering if the Rutgers of California is Cal, but like Rutgers Twitter.
yeah, they're not nearly
Haven't
as
seen Rutgers Twitter have the juice. So if you would like to prove me wrong, Rutgers Twitter,
Go
you're
for it.
welcome to at us. I've never seen you.
The Rutgers of California is like Arizona State.
The Rutgers of California.
Well, that was the one. That was the one that the famous actress lady didn't want her kids going to.
Well,
she committed
so-
interstate crime rather than send her kids to Arizona State. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Lori
I-
Loughlin. Yes.
I think that unfortunately, I think that might make Arizona State West Coast, West Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
Beth-
I'm just sad.
Beth, to be clear, this isn't about you. This is about all the kids from New Jersey who are at West Virginia.
But Beth, are you having a good time at games? That's all that really matters here.
Fuck!
You know how your coach is cooked? It's when they're like, well, are you having a good time at least?
They getting some fresh air and exercise.
Oh my god, I was so
The weather's
mad.
nice. It should be a great crowd.
Yeah.
I feel
Get
like
drunk in
weather-
a parking lot.
West Virginia's had multiple weather delays this year, but
Yep.
yes.
Okay. So if not UCLA Rutgers, Wake Forest UConn. Now, this
I
is
thought you said that this was conference week.
Can we call this WAIFUCONN?
Oh God, I was just gonna call it WAIFUCONN.
Nope, it's WaiFuCon. And
Yeah, WaiFuCon.
Gordon, you got to get
Like
that on the
like
vision
it
board.
was
And
a
it's got to have like.
wait.
Do you remember Anime Husky?
Oh, I remember like Anime Husky Eyes. Yes. Okay.
Husky
Yeah.
fan.
Put Anime Husky on like sexy anime sexy anime body.
Nani?
Jesus Christ.
I have no idea what this is, but okay.
This is also in the early slot on CBS Sports Network, which means
Da 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 da.
WaiFuCon.
I went to a WaiFuCon once. It was weird. The panels
bet
were
it was.
awkward.
Oh my God. Is it just like a giant body pillow of a demon deacon and husky?
Yeah.
Well, those are your options. You
Oh,
get
you
Demon
get one or the
Deacon,
other.
or you get Kawaii
The
Husky.
demon deacon needs to have like the circle pink cheeks.
Or just be shaped like Totoro.
Sure. I don't even know who that is.
We'll get him later. I listen to YouTube videos as I sleep, and sometimes like it cycles through, like it autoplays things. And it did go to the Jenny Nichols video of the last BronyCon,
Yes.
and I just remember waking up and hearing people talking about My Little Pony body pillows. And
Yes.
I have not reached for my phone so fast to just nope. Next thing, I can't sleep to this. There will be problems. Other choices for game of the week: Houston at Kansas at Arrowhead Stadium. All of Kansas's games going forward now are at Arrowhead. By the way, they have 3 more games. They're all at Arrowhead because of the construction at Kansas. These are 2 teams who are down very bad in the Big 12, but also can score on bad defenses, which they both have.
Man, I feel bad for Kansas because this season started with such hope and such promise, and Houston kind of realized like, hey, we got to get the Dana Holgerson out of the walls. But then like Kansas has this season where their stadium's underneath renovations. They're basically not at home, even though they're technically home games. They're playing in like Arrowhead. They're playing in, Kansas City, like soccer stadiums. I mean, they feel kind of nomadic this year. And it's just
I
that
mean, Arrowhead Stadium isn't even in the same state.
no, it's in a different state, which, again, just cross river, but whatever. Really, it's just the vibes are way off for this Kansas season. And I don't.
Do you guys know what this is? It's a coin flip, according to college football insiders.
Oh boy.
I mean, I can see that because I like Houston's quarterback that they did against TCU.
Yes.
Chris from the Cajuns, he can run and he can throw. Again, he presents a dual sweat.
A dual sweat is correct.
Sweat. That's right. That's 2 Keith Sweats. Whatever. I definitely got it twisted. But
What is the best unit on this field, do you think?
It's got to be Kansas' offense.
It's the Houston defense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ooh. So the offense and defense are good. So it's like strength versus strength and weakness versus weakness?
What is the worst unit on this field?
Kansas's defense.
Houston offense.
Yes.
Oh.
Houston
So it
offense
is. So
real bad.
It's strength versus strength, weakness versus weakness.
So
Is
this going to be one of those games that just ends up like we're all watching Saw, and it's like, I can cut my arm off. Well, I can cut my arm off better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that we had somebody in our Discord.
I've never seen Saw. That's how I assume it goes.
But
Sure.
hey, I'd never seen it either. Whatever. There's a saw involved. That's all I know. And there's a room. So there's somebody says, I want Kansas and Houston, in my no bias opinion, that this is a Kansas home game, but it's played in their rival state of Missouri, and he just wants to say that he's going to the Sickos Committee Game of the Week.
Okay.
And so that is his plea to make okay. Now we got strength versus strength, weakness versus weakness.
The projected score is 22-22, basically.
Oh God, it's a catch-22.
It is Tuesday.
Oh my God, it is Tuesday. There's been a lot of twos today too with safeties.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check the scores. But okay,
Yeah.
we can do ads now. I gotta think on that one.
Yeah, let's do ads while you think about that. Folks, as always, the Varsity app is where you can listen to the College Football Blitz. What that is every Saturday, it's College Football Red Zone for college radio. They take you around the country and put you in the place where the action is happening, especially if you're trying to catch a bunch of games at once. This is the way to cover college football. This is what we use. The Varsity app is available on iOS and Android. And if you look for our thread where we announce the link every Saturday, put a picture of yourself, what you're doing while you're listening to the Blitz, and you might win a free koozie. Check out our Linktree, Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profiles for various discounts for $5 a month. Join our Patreon, get access to our Discord where we do our weekly rankings debates. We live chat during games, do our research, put up new ideas. Also get access to our special Patreon podcasts, including Commish's Corner and Yes, Rah, 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 Yes. This Friday morning, there'll be a new episode of Commish's Corner up. So we're starting to get that up again. We also have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org, which has all sorts of stuff. Some new hoodies got added, which is the best thing for fall.
Oh yeah, I got some hoodies going. I have a zip hoodie, which I'm still working with the designs on that, but I have one up there where on like the left side of the heart, you have the Sickos Committee, our officially licensed logo that we have of the Sickos guy, holding that. And it's just basically, it's on your heart and it's a zip hoodie, which is great. Check that out. I also have something that I showed Beth, Pitt Girl, and Jordan in our private chat that I'm waiting to get my hands on, but this could be something adding to the store. Yep. and hopefully ready soon, as soon as I get it.
Check out our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Twitch, our Substack. Shout out to Messrs. Board Geniuses Podcasts. They go to places we refuse to go. And of course, for the comfiest licensed collegiate clothing, home field apparel, use offer code YES, yes, for 15% off your first order. It is hoodie season as well. So why don't you get a Tulane hoodie so you can look like the rest of us?
I only have the t-shirt.
You just have the t-shirt?
No, I only have the t-shirt.
At least 3 to 5 of us have the hoodie.
I have 2 different Tulane hoodies. I have the Angry Wave one and I have the Bacon Wave hoodie.
Oh, good choice.
I got both. I got the gray one and I got the Angry Wave one. I have so many hoodies from I need to like move north because this is just not I need to move north.
Pennsylvania is calling for you.
It's Shreveport, Pennsylvania. We're gonna make that city.
We also have our special hat showcase.
The second town in Pennsylvania.
Our special hat showcase, where this week we have beautiful Script Auburn and the sailor hat wearing Mizzou Tiger. Ooh. SEC versus SEC, a great choice. Those hats are 25% off using offer code YES, yes, 2 hats. And those 25% off are whether you ordered from home field or not before, which makes them an incredibly good deal. What home field are we wearing tonight, folks?
I have a Grand Valley State Lakers shirt on.
Hell yeah.
Yes, it's an old faded t-shirt, but I love it so much.
And I have the drum major Wildcat from Northwestern. So there we go.
Nice.
Hey, Prime members. Have you heard? You can listen to your favorite podcasts ad-free? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free podcast. That's amazon.com/ad-free podcast to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
With Credit Karma, finding the right credit card for you is easy. Our app analyzes user profiles to suggest personalized recommendations. Visit creditkarma.com today to explore cards tailored to your needs. Credit Karma, simplifying your financial choices.
Okay, more games to talk about.
Yeah.
Other choices for game of the week. Tulsa at Temple.
Oh my God.
I got yet another email from Temple Athletics asking me if I was going to go to this game.
Are you going to go to this game?
I will not be going to this game.
Oh.
What did they say this time? Did they say like, it'd be a 400% match if you go to this game?
Please hold, and I will tell you what the email says.
Okay.
This
Temple
is
football.
go ahead.
Join us for homecoming. It is
Oh.
Temple football game week, October 19th at 2 p.m. at the link. And there's some lovely graphic design.
I do love that
Ooh, I
Owl
like
Temple logo.
Mhm.
It's all right.
I mean, we got T versus T here. You got a hurricane versus a bird. I like this.
I did have a great horned owl hooting outside my window last night. Perhaps a
Oh.
good omen for Temple football.
It's calling you. It's calling you to go to the game.
I hit an owl with my car. So
Okay. Well, definitely
Perhaps a
not.
bad omen for Temple
Beth,
football.
Okay. Was
I'm
that
1-0
owl say, like,
against owls this year.
oh no. Beth is 1-0. One in a row.
I will say this, and this is the only thing I need to say about this game. Temple is favored.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Maybe I should go.
Mm.
How many?
2.5. Actually,
Ooh.
Parker's numbers give them 7, which I
Oh,
feel like that's so
Oh.
much.
Parker,
Oh,
that's so
man.
many.
That's so
Oh
many.
man, that's a lot.
There was
Okay.
an article in the Inquirer this week where an alum proposed that Temple drop football, by the way.
I mean,
No. How
you
dare
can't do
they?
that.
They would deprive us of this game.
I'm just saying, shit's
Oh.
down bad in Philadelphia.
There are
They beat
dozens
Claus.
of us.
It's always
we can't
it always
lose one of
sound
our
bad.
beloved owls.
no.
I mean,
no.
to,
We
to
need
be
the owls.
fair, like if you write an article about how a school should drop football, like you can get published a lot of places.
It's true.
Okay, hold up. We can use this.
Okay.
Okay. Tuscaloosa Times. Alabama should drop football.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I like
So
this.
you're gonna write that on the Substack?
No, I'm going to write that as a letter to the editor. I think
Now that Nick Saban's retired, we need to retire the game of football at the University of Alabama and focus on academics.
Honestly, if they drop another one to a weird ass team, you might get some people on this bandwagon.
Okay, we got to make this happen, but
It's done. It's peaked.
Oh, they do play Tennessee this week, so they need like a loss to like.
Yeah,
If they lost to South Carolina last week, you could have probably done it. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. NC State at Cal.
Oh, wait. So NC State has to fly across country?
Yes.
Hey, this is a good, like, maybe not quite get right is maybe not quite the right word, but I feel like this is a good opportunity for Cal.
Have NC State and Cal ever played before?
No.
They have not.
And NC State is leaving the loving embrace of the CW.
Ooh.
Yes. This is going to
The
be
ACC
on
network.
ACC Network. So this is
Get your Spurtles here.
Okay.
oh god.
So both of these teams are 3-3.
A very different 3-3.
yeah.
Let's
A
be
very different
clear.
3-3. Yeah, Cal was 3-0.
Cal
The
is
Calgorithm took over. They lost to Florida State, heartbreaking fashion. They
lost
lost
to Miami,
to
heartbreaking
Miami
fashion.
in
Lost to
heartbreak,
Pitt,
and then lost to Pitt in heartbreaking. Oh my god!
Cal is like 5 or 6 plays away from being 6-0.
Okay,
Also, that Pitt is like
Well,
5 or 6 plays away from being like 2-4. But we don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
And
is NC State's Cal ACC's doppelganger?
They're both in the ACC.
No, but like, they're both in the ACC. But like, are they like the long lost brothers?
no.
No,
Cal's more
We-
fun.
Is that more?
We've previously established that Cal and Pitt are long lost brothers. Number one. Number
Okay.
two, Cal football does not consistently go 8-4.
Okay,
No,
not consistent
This is
enough.
true.
No. Yeah, more Pitt. Okay, for sure.
Cal football does
Um,
not consistently go. When it does, it is a beautiful delight observed by all. But
I just love that both of these teams are 3-3 in very different fashions.
The most
Perfectly balanced, as all
weird
things should
3
be.
and 3. Like that's the crazy thing is that those 3 and 3s feel so different. I love that about this one.
this feels like one of those games that is about to send somebody that is about to send 2 seasons careening off in wild directions.
I mean, if Cal wins this, like this is like the bounce back. This feels like you got energy in our system. If NC State wins this, that feeling is not there. Because NC State fans are ready to like kick David Doran out, and which I think is an awful idea because who the fuck else are you going to get?
Correct.
Who's going to do this job to a point where you think you're going to win?
Can I interest you in a shiny Neil Brown?
He's going to need some rehab time somewhere. He's going to have to be a grad assistant somewhere. I don't think he gets another shot quite so soon. We have an SEC game kind of high.
We do.
Kentucky at Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got Florida who woke up against Tennessee and almost had them. And then you got Kentucky coming off a Vanderbilt beatdown.
I feel like we as a podcast have not talked quite enough about Florida.
Right.
We also have Kentucky would be extending their winning streak to 4.
Oh, God. That's
you hadn't thought about that, had you?
I did not.
No.
Why do you think we've skipped on Florida?
I mean, I don't think this Florida team is something that anyone really should talk about.
But like, is it because they're not entertaining bad?
Yeah.
Exactly. They won't be entertaining until they hire Lane Kiffin.
Oh my God.
Joey Freshwater.
He's gonna get like the amount of jet ski fraud he will do. Like, you know, I've said before that like I don't go back to teach band because it makes like the worst parts of me come out, like that super hyper competitive thing. I think putting Lane Kiffin in Florida might do the same thing to him.
I mean, he was fine at FAU.
Boca's a little different, I feel, with different pressures.
I mean, what's Gainesville's not like crazy Florida. I mean, like it's a part of Florida that's like Florida, but like it's not like South Florida or like Tampa or something like that, you know?
But you're adjacent to everything.
Depends on what you mean by crazy Florida, right? Because like north-ish Florida, that's where you got like...
It's real close to Jacksonville.
That's where you've got like
Yes.
Jacksonville, man.
But I feel like Jacksonville is not like, oh, that's the place that Lane Kiffin gets in trouble.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I feel like Jacksonville's as good enough places to get in trouble as for anywhere else.
You can get in trouble anywhere in Florida, man.
It's true. I think the military bases in Jacksonville might throw the gender ratio off a little bit.
Okay. By the way, Ed, Arthur, cut this.
Oh, God. Do I want to know?
Fuck!
Oh my God.
Honestly, smart move.
Jesus.
I mean,
you can't use that joke either. Holy shit. That was good. Okay, back in. Another SEC weird one. South Carolina at Oklahoma. The vibes on this one just feel horrendous.
oh God.
Just so mad.
Like, this is
Well, especially given that Oklahoma has evidently sworn off offense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because they're broken. Like the machine no longer works because there is sand in the gas tank.
Yeah.
It's medicinal sand, sir.
It's
Is
kinetic sand.
that what they're putting their wide receivers in? That might be the problem.
No, it's potential sand. It's not kinetic sand. That sand ain't moving. I watched that offense.
I imagine the Sooners' like health area right now looks like the Bacta tanks at the end of Empire Strikes Back, with 5 wide receivers in like liquid, floating with masks on, trying to heal them, because holy shit, they're down bad.
I had an Oklahoma fan stop by my tailgate last weekend. Just because we had a TV going and he wanted to see what was happening at Red River, and he was not having a good time.
Yeah, buddy, I don't know that you do want to see what happened at Red River.
We attempted to talk him into a shiny new Pitt Cal.
Hey, it was better than Red River for Oklahoma fans.
I mean, Oklahoma fans could have been watching Rampage.
I love the fact that we've finally convinced a big swath of people that just adding a team to your fandom when your team has gone to shit is the correct answer.
Mhm.
Just pick another team. It's fine.
There's so many.
You could have more fun.
Yeah. And I feel like the account, we highlight that because at a point, it's just math. Not everybody can be good.
Yeah.
At every time, every year. I mean, you know, I got cut off by somebody with an Ohio State sticker, and I yelled at him, I'm glad Oregon won. So again, you know, find another team, find some joy. This sport is so big. It is so huge. There are so many teams. There is someone out there, another team out there that is calling for you this year. If your team is in a bad spot, like I don't need, yeah, my team sucks, or you know, whatever. The season's lost. I'm like, no, find another team.
Mhm.
Buy a
good
random
story.
shirt.
Yeah.
Pick a feel good story.
Hey,
Support
ULM's
Vandy.
5-1. You can
ULM
pick
is
ULM.
5-1, and they have a bye week, thankfully. This
Call
week.
Home Field Apparel. Have them send you a random shirt. That's your new team.
They do mystery boxes from time. That is
We
your
should
team?
offer this. We should offer this service to Home Field.
Oh, a team switch.
Like if someone writes in like, I need a team switch, we will pick a new team for you.
Yeah, tell us what your fandom is.
So many Eastern Michigan fans out there right now, and all of a sudden across the country.
Sorry.
How about on True TV, New Mexico at Utah State? Two teams in similar trajectories. Utah State has gotten better over the course of the couple of weeks. New Mexico has gotten, I mean, they were good, but they're winning games now, which helps. They've had 2 in a row, which is better than most people thought for a first year in New Mexico. I like these Mountain West games on True TV. They've actually been a lot of fun to watch.
I'm going to give you this, all right? We already know our man, Devin Dampier, for the Lobos. They have won 2 in a row, right? 2 in a row for New Mexico. You want some offense? You're going to talk about former Iowa quarterback Spencer Petras.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
Last weekend, Spencer Petras set a school record for Utah State in completions with 41 and pass attempts with 59 and passing yards with 461 passing yards, which are the 5th most in Utah State history.
I didn't know he could do that.
Week. I did not know he could do that. Kirk Ferentz, why didn't you let him free?
Let him ball.
Let him ball. Air it out, Spencer.
I would imagine Kirk Ferentz would take that as a sacred trust. Like, I need to keep this from the world. The world isn't ready for this.
Sorry. I must hide Spencer Petras.
I'm going to put his light under a bushel. And by bushel, I mean just a lot of corn.
Oh, at some point, I'm going to have to come in here and share with you guys some numbers about Spencer's career at Iowa versus what he's doing now at Utah State, because those numbers are funny. We have the first leg of the NECtion Michigan Trophy, the Michigan Three-Way, as I like to refer to it as. Central is going to...
Don't put that in Urban Dictionary.
Hold, please.
No, I said not to.
I'm trying to think of like a Michigan sex thing where you have to like go around before you go left.
That's called the Upper Peninsula.
Oh, hold up. There's not there, but there's something called a Michigan lean pocket that I can't read on this podcast.
Oh
Fuck,
boy.
you're gonna make me Google this and I don't want to.
If even Jordan is like, that's too far for me to say on the podcast.
Yep, I don't feel comfortable saying those things. Okay,
no,
next up.
Podcat, you have to go on the floor. You're too young for this.
SMU at Stanford. A conference game.
Someone in our Discord was petitioning for this one to be higher too.
Why?
I don't know. They just said it should be higher. And, again, we run on vibes here at the committee. So when somebody says something, I have to pay attention a little bit more here as the commish.
Have these teams ever played before?
I feel like they have.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. They played one time before, and it was a Rose Bowl in 1936.
Oh, I was gonna guess that it was some weird fucking bowl game, and I will count
was.
the 1936 Rose Bowl as a weird fucking bowl
It
game.
was a weird fucking bowl game.
I bet the menu at that one was just a trip.
Hey guys, the whole game is available on YouTube.
Yes.
No
Tweet it again.
sound. No sound.
Yep. you
So
gotta
are we
tweet
just
that.
going to start tweeting that and saying that it's highlights from this game?
Sure. Who won that game?
Let's see here. I don't know.
We'll have to watch it to find out.
Apparently, the film of Rose Bowl was filmed at that game, maybe? No, it was probably filmed at a different one. Anyways, Commish, keep vamping. I'm tweeting this.
Okay, so this one, I looked at SMU and I'm like, they're 5-1.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
The only loss was that weird game that BYU beat them like 18-15, right?
Mhm.
Because SMU kicked like 5 field goals. They couldn't score. The end zone was lava. They couldn't do that. And BYU was 6-0. So they've only lost to an undefeated BYU. Okay, Stanford got obliterated by Notre Dame. They got handily beat by Virginia Tech. They got beat up by Clemson. They beat Syracuse, and that's Syracuse's only loss of the year.
That's transitive wins, baby.
Oh my god. What is okay? And then they beat Cal Poly, and they lost to TCU by 7 to open the season. It's the primetime game on ACC Network too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
You like weird ads?
SMU is a 14.5-point favorite. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that feels right.
Okay, I feel like SMU is kind of gotten into their, they upset, well, I guess upset, whatever. They beat Louisville that was ranked, and I think SMU had a bye last week. Yeah, so they're coming off of a bye and going to California. I think SMU should be okay here, but Stanford, I don't know. Stanford just like they have that one dude.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, if you shut down that one dude, that's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah, he's really good though.
USC at Maryland.
October, Maryland.
Conference game.
Oh, wait. Okay.
College Park.
Hold on.
I like the indignity of making USC go to Maryland in October.
Mm-hmm.
Get your ass to Bird Stadium.
So they just had Penn State come to them
Mm-hmm.
for a conference game. And the Big Ten was like, well, guess what? After that one, you're going all the way to Maryland.
Never played before. We have so many new games this week. Never played before.
Can you give me a reason why USC should fear the turtle?
Well, normally Trojans cover turtles.
If you're calling it a turtle, then I feel like
Did you complete that thought?
no.
Okay.
No, that is not a thought that needs to be completed.
I just
This is a
remember the
family
line
podcast.
I just remember the line from
And
George
by
Costanza.
family podcast, you mean my family listens to this podcast?
Correct.
I just remember the line from Seinfeld where, like a frightened turtle, when he was in the pool. But that's about it. So we can just leave it at that.
If USC wins, I am just going to tweet that out.
Like a
Reasonable.
frightened turtle.
Like a frightened turtle in the pool. Yeah.
I was in the pool.
Charlotte at Navy on CBS Sports Network.
Da, 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 da. You want to see a
This-
dead body?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know here.
Really?
I don't know.
This has very Army running over UAB energy to me. I know Charlotte's a little spicier than UAB.
Are you a Biff believer?
I am generally Biff positive, but Navy's good.
If you're Biff positive, you can get a shot for that.
No, I'm not doing it.
No, that was enough.
Yeah, I will leave it there.
Okay.
No, look, Navy just got ranked and they had a bye week. And guess who else had a bye week? Biff's boys. They had an extra week. They had an extra week to prepare for this. So they have a little bit longer to prepare for this run game of Navy. Navy has just gotten ranked. Is this kind of a little bit of a curse game here? Like Navy, like they're 25th, right? Navy's the 25th team, right?
Yes, they are.
So like the team that's normally 25th, like there's like, okay, can they hang on to the 25? Or they just immediately drop out?
Charlotte's going to be the most hated team in the country if they beat Navy. Like,
and do you think Biff cares? Have you seen his shirts?
Biff don't give a fuck.
He doesn't. He doesn't care about sleeves whatsoever.
Biff doesn't care about the troops, is what I'm hearing.
Biff only cares about Biff's boys on his team.
Biff's Buff's boys.
That's right.
Why the fuck is Colorado State Air Force on CBS at 7 p.m.?
Troop respecting.
They respect the troops.
But
because guess what? Navy plays before that game on CBS.
But like this is CBS's. This is what they're putting on. This is it.
Colorado State at Air Force. Da, 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 da.
This makes no sense to me. It must have to do with it's got to be either their Mountain West connection plus getting the troops on. Like that has to be it.
Like CBS, I feel like they've always had kind of a weird thing with their college football broadcasts where, like, okay, I get like wanting to say like, oh, we got our best game of the week at the same time every week. It's in the late afternoon. Like, it feels quite odd to me that they're just like, yeah, like we do not want to have primetime college football. Like,
yeah,
you know, because if you look at like the ratings, like Fox is doing a good job with Big Noon. CBS does a good job with their broadcast slot in the afternoon, but like prime time is the biggest thing, and it's very funny to me that CBS is kind of like, we don't want to do that.
Like CBS's 2:30 is Michigan at Illinois, which not like a great game, but has a name behind it. Like that's what you would see on CBS. Like that makes sense to me. But like 7 p.m. going up against like what else? Like what's the big game in that time slot? Georgia, Texas? Like, do you just seed it? I guess I don't know. I don't get scheduling sometimes.
And of all the Mountain West teams they could like have, I mean, I don't know the full Mountain West schedule, but like putting this year's Air Force on network television, like the service academies, right? They have a limited pool that they all draw from.
Yes.
So a lot of times if you see even like one team getting really good, it frequently means that the other two teams struggle. So with Navy and Army both seemingly having very good years, Air Force is, you know, that's probably a factor there. And Air Force has had some good years in the past, and, you know, players cycle through, you know, teams get young, they get old, whatever. But like, it just, I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel like the year to put Air Force on.
Yeah. Like 3 years ago would have been the year to put Air Force on. Air Force had a good run there for a bit. This is not one of those teams. FAU at UTSA, back to their owl gauntlet. UTSA tripped over Rice. We'll see how they do hosting Florida Atlantic.
That's true.
Kent State at Bowling Green. Kent State, hey, y'all, we are all about you here. Get an early score. Go out 3-0. So we can at least shake up the list.
That lead. At least we could like just scream like Kent State finally holds the lead. That's all we want.
We will be so excited for you.
We will. And I mean, who knows? Bowling Green is very Bowling Green. So who knows what could happen in this game?
Right. Bowling Green's been so inconsistent. I still think they're one of the best teams in the MAC. They have yet to prove that to me. UNLV at Oregon State at 9 p.m. on the CW. I like everything about this. This is an Oregon State team that has been inconsistent. They've dealt with some injuries. UNLV, which has looked very good. And this being on the CW at 9 p.m. just feels, this feels good.
Mm-hmm. Good vibes.
Right? Like the vibes on this one are excellent. I enjoy this. UNLV, Oregon State, going to be a conference game in a couple years? Did we decide that yet? Which conference is UNLV going to be in? I can't remember.
No, you know if he's staying in the Mountain West.
They're saying that's right. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Hawaii. You've decided to join the Mountain West full in. So,
Yay.
now their basketball teams get to travel out there too. People were asking, like, where the fuck is Hawaii's other sports? And I had to clarify. They're in the Big West. I know if you're a football person, that means nothing. Big West is a bunch of like the California public schools that play D1. Like, that's who it is.
Yeah, like half the conference is in LA. Which is great for travel, which is why Hawaii was in it.
TCU at Utah on ESPN at 9:30. Our friend Parker Stats of War is going to be at this game. His first trip to Utah.
TCUTAH.
Mhm.
Right.
Or Utah C? No, never mind. That's nothing.
Cam Rising will not be playing.
Oh, he's out for the year.
But
Cam sitting.
Cam setting, yes.
Cam
Cam
sitting.
resting.
Cam resting.
Please, Cam, please rest. Like,
the thing with the Cam Rising injury, and he has a potential for an 8th year. I'm like, do you want to do this to your body again? That's the only thing is like, if your body can't take anymore, I can see you just stopping. But if you're going to keep playing and maybe you're just like unlucky or something like that, and you want to keep going, or you just want to do it because you're never going to be able to play football again. Professionally. Who knows?
You know what you do? You transfer to like fucking Idaho. And you have an absolute rip-ass run through the Big Sky or something where they will love you. Go enjoy yourself somewhere else for an 8th year if you're going to do this. Don't get your JD at Utah, please. Other ones go through kind of fast here because I don't know a ton to say about them. Texas State at Old Dominion, Arkansas State at Southern Miss, Toledo at Northern Illinois. Toledo coming off of a weird loss to Buffalo. Northern Illinois looking like they are just.
But guess what? Northern Illinois also lost to Buffalo.
Oh, this is a Buffalo. We both lost to Buffalo match. We're all sad about this.
We're all sad about how did we lose to Pete Lum Buffalo? Let's play each other now.
UAB at South Florida.
Ooh.
So tell me, what do you think's going to happen here? What are your feels on this one? Pitt Girl's just shaking her head, refusing this.
No, don't like it.
But here are your dishes. For your first course, you have UAB or South Florida. Which dish would you prefer?
I'm in South Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Trent Dilfer is going back to where he played professional football, Raymond James Stadium, for the Buccaneers. Does Trent Dilfer have some Tampa Bay powers
Those weren't
that
good
are still
Tampa
left
years.
in that stadium?
Those weren't good Tampa years, were they?
They were okay.
Yeah.
Like, he made the playoffs with Tony Dungy and whatnot, but
that's right,
couldn't get him to the promised land.
Skipping through here, Ball State at Vanderbilt.
Woo.
Hey, Vandy, please don't. Like, just like real fast. Hey, Vandy, Vandy, come here.
I think Vandy would be okay.
Vandy, come here, Vandy. Just don't
take it lightly, Diego. Don't do it.
What are you worried about, Jordan?
Just don't do this.
What are you worried about?
Oh, I'm fine with them winning because, again, I'm going to make it very clear. If Texas goes to Nashville and loses in 2 weeks, you will not find someone laughing harder than me. That game does not scare me. That game excites me because I love Vanderbilt right now. And as much as I love Texas, Texas can take the loss and still make the playoff.
You just want to tweet that Vandy Texas overall record thing on Winsipedia again, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you've tweeted that like 8-1-3 or whatever is 8-3-1 overall record. You've tweeted that so much.
Yep. And I would love for it to continue. Why the fuck not?
You just want to be freed from your hope prison.
I mean, that would make me happy. Auburn at Missouri.
Ooh.
Like, Missouri just got sort of found out, but Auburn's in a real bad place. So
Did he put Auburn in a worse place?
Auburn at Mizzou, I recall being extremely dumb in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
There were some like last second field goal shenanigans.
Oh
if
my
I
God!
recall correctly.
Was it the one where the the Mizzou player could have like walked in the end zone, but he like fumbled it at the end.
Maybe I didn't actually
Oh my
watch that
God.
game. I was at an Oktoberfest in Philadelphia,
There was
but
like
I had
a
people
doink-
telling me about it.
There was a doinked field goal. There was oh my God, that game in 2022 was ridiculous, and that's why I was just like,
So now we
Could that
take that
happen
and add
again?
desperation.
Hmm. I'm just saying, like, the dumb energy is here.
it is.
Okay.
East Carolina at Army.
You want to see a dead body?
The Pirates versus the Army.
It was the Missouri player was going in for the win in OT, and he fumbled it out the end zone.
Yeah, that was God. Yeah, Army. East Carolina has not been. Well, let's see how good their run defense is, because this is good. That's the question, right? Maybe it's going to be a great. Nope. Run defense is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. Army is. Yeah, Army's very good. So, Army's EPA per drop back is first in the country. Every time they drop back, it is just for a goddamn bomb.
I love how they do it at around the same yard line too.
You can almost count it. Like it's like
I feel like
8th or 9th play.
I feel like Army does it. They're 44 yards out every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look at all their touchdown passes and see how far the distance is.
Yeah,
this
this is super interesting.
It
All of a
seems
sudden,
like
yes.
I feel like I've tweeted Army 44-yard touchdown pass like at least 3 times this year already.
That's how the Army do.
Hawaii at Washington State on the CW.
Yes. Immediate yes.
Like this feels good.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like, Hawaii playing off the island, so not confident they're going to win this or even keep it close. But this has the kind of chaos energy that I feel for.
The game time is super weird.
Yeah,
Like,
this should
this
be
is
a
like
night game.
body clocking me hard.
Mm-hmm. That would be 12:30 local Hawaii time, which isn't too bad. But a Wazoo game at 2:30. No, sorry. That would be 12:30 Wazoo time, 10:30 a.m. Hawaii time. That's a little early for island time.
It's
not
more
great.
that like I associate Hawaii with, oh, I'm already asleep.
Yeah. Versus like middle of the day. It's like walking into a Waffle House at 2 p.m. Like I know they're open at 2 p.m., but it feels so weird at 2 p.m.
Yeah, that is not when you are supposed to be at the Waffle House.
Is Arizona State Cincinnati a conference game?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Sure is.
It is a game that's happening on ESPN Plus this weekend.
Quick,
like
what's
that.
Cincinnati's record?
Are they 3-3?
Oh. 2-4? What are
Yeah,
they?
I guess it's
4-2? No.
What is it?
I don't know.
I know they lost to Pitt.
they're 4-2.
Oh, hey.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
There,
I mean,
there's
quality
your quality win.
No, that's the thing actually, is that like people keep like being like, oh, Pitt 6-0, it's fake, they're big garbage. And like if you look, Pitt has like a top 10 strength of record. Thank you, Cincinnati. You are a quality win.
Pitt. Okay, Pitt beat Cincy, right? Cincy has only lost to Pitt and undefeated in the Big 12, Texas Tech.
Who have they beat?
Townsend,
No.
Miami, Ohio.
Uh,
Shut out Houston 34-0.
Okay.
And they beat UCF 19-13 last week.
Oh, that's a fake ass
Inderland.
4-2. That's a fake ass 4-2.
Hey, this is Pitt's quality win. Be nice.
No, your quality win was West Virginia. Remember, that's what got you the vote.
Son of a bitch.
Pitt is ranked. They beat Cal. That's how they got ranked.
North Texas is at Memphis this week, which should be a good game. But I want to quickly talk about next week's game because it is my wife's birthday next weekend. But also North Texas, Tulane's coming to North Texas. And
I want to see how North Texas does against Memphis here. This is very, very litmus test for North Texas. They've been putting up a lot of points, except when they play Texas Tech. So this feels like one of the toughest tests for the Mean Green. And let's see what Memphis has. This should be like one of those sneaky, underrated G5 bangers right here.
I agree with you there. Ohio at Miami, Ohio. Is this a trophy game?
The Battle of the Bricks.
It is the Battle of the Bricks. Yes, thank you. That's one I can never remember.
The Battle of the Bricks is like during NECtion, but this is, man, this schedule is like got me so confused. Like nothing is in its right place.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I'm going into my kid's room like, where the fuck is the Battle of the Bricks?
Oh, hey, this is the 100th
It
meeting.
should be over here.
Ooh.
It's not
This is
here.
100.
What the hell?
Well, and then you found it because you stepped on it and it hurt a lot.
Yeah, because I stepped on the Lego brick. That's right.
Mhm.
We should bump this up because this is the 100th meeting.
Ooh.
This is a big number. We like round numbers. Round numbers make us happy.
Centennial bricks.
Centennial
Ooh.
bricks.
Rice at Tulane. Hey Rice, y'all played great against UTSA. Enjoy New Orleans. Go get a snow cone, ice, a slushy ice. What do you call them?
A snowball.
Snowball. Go to Snowball.
That's right. Yes, it'll be a hoot.
James
They'll be hooting and
Madison.
hollering on Bourbon Street.
James Madison at Georgia Southern is like a classic FCS matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I mean, Georgia Southern had a big comeback. I'm
not gonna. No, Georgia Southern. I am not. This again. This is probably you're looking at James Madison's best, one of their best foes for the Sun Belt East title. Does Georgia Southern match them? Because Georgia Southern is undefeated in the Sun Belt. Is James Madison?
They are
No.
not.
They are not because they lost to ULM.
They got Monroe.
They got Monroe, baby. Monroe the boat.
Y'all are bye weekend this week, right?
We are bye weeking it, and I'm loving it. God, I'm just having fun. I hope we sneak like a vote because somebody looks really stupid, and we get a receiving vote just based on the bye week, just chilling.
I mean, that's
ULM on a bye this week, but the Portland Trailblazers are playing an NBA preseason game against Ulm, Germany.
ooh.
So
Ulm mentioned.
Mhm.
Yeah.
mentioned.
sadly,
we need to make the German grab mentioned.
sadly the game is not televised. So
Oh,
Any way you can
God.
roll that into your record?
Count it.
I think if the team from Ulm, Germany beats the Portland Trailblazers, ULM should be ranked.
That would be hilarious. ULM becomes bowl eligible because
If the team from all Germany beats the Trailblazers, they should disband the Trailblazers. I'm just throwing that out there. This is the ABC 11 a.m. game is Miami at Louisville.
The boots. The
The
Schellenberger boots.
It's the Schellenberger Trophy, yes.
Yeah, the boots.
Which is
They're made
not
for
just a
walking.
giant mustache, which it should be. At the same time, I'm going to recommend you watch instead Nebraska at Indiana.
Ooh.
Nebrindiana.
I like this one. Should be so much fun. Like I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
This is like just gonna be a good game. Nebraska's been
Mhm.
looking solid. Indiana's been looking great.
Okay, so Nebraska has this on the line in this game. They have not been bowl eligible since 2016.
Yes.
They win this, they get the 6. And they get bowl eligibility. This is something that is huge. This is the big noon Saturday, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
it is.
Is it the kickoff there too?
I
The show?
know. Oh, I believe. Let's see. Big noon kickoff.
We could. I think the Bear. We still follow the Bear. I don't. They've probably done that.
Yes, it is in Bloomington. They get the show
Oh.
too. Making Urban Meyer be in Bloomington, Indiana to hype up Indiana, Nebraska.
I mean, this is a big game.
Yeah, the
It's a
thing is,
big.
yeah, like this should be a softball. I am excited about this game.
Yeah, this game. What these teams are a combined 11-1 on the year.
Yeah.
This is like actually important, not like in a fun like who's going to be bowl eligible way.
No.
This game matters for like the actual playoff.
I love this because
Weird
this
statement.
is like the two teams where this is the game where they both are coming off of a bye, and one of them was expected to be good this year. The other one is they didn't expect to be 6-0. This is one where, okay, now the schedule starts to get a bit real for like both of these teams.
Right.
And so I love like prove it games. Like prove it to me. Are you good? Prove it.
We're
Here we
getting.
go.
Are you a bad enough dude? Are you a bad
Are
enough
you-
dude to beat Nebraska?
Are you a bad enough dude to go into Bloomington and take down Kirk Signetti?
I mean, it is an October matchup between a first place Big Ten team and a second place Big Ten team.
I mean, really? You think?
Beth, what Indiana's coach Kurt Signetti has said about his team, his things. He says, "I just win." So
check my history. I'll just win.
I just win.
To be fair, he has in fact been doing that.
Yes, he has win.
But are Indiana fans having fun at the games? That's the question.
Yeah, that's really the
think
question.
they are.
Are you having
They
fun?
are.
Is the weather good?
Is it good? Does it feel good to be there?
Feels good to be there.
I love Amy Just, who follows us and is a Nebraska reporter. Every week I post the thread of what did we learn this week, and her response usually is like, "Winning is better than losing." And you know what? Mine is a couple of very specific times. Winning's better.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to agree.
We do like winning here on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to root for Nebraska just because they have the same record as ULM. I just wanted to say that out loud again. So we have a bye week, so let's enjoy it.
For 9 Windiana. This is part of the quest.
It is.
Wisconsin hosts Northwestern at the last game of the year at the Lakefront Stadium.
Arthur's going.
be sad.
No, I wish next year.
They're playing their last two games against Illinois and Iowa, I believe.
Ohio
I'm
State.
still mad.
Ohio State.
Yeah,
Illinois.
it's Ohio State, and I'm still mad that they're not making Ohio State fans like fight to the death and then wedge themselves into the Lakeside Stadium.
I will remember.
Think about how high you could jack up visiting fan ticket prices, Northwestern.
No, if they made Ohio State come to the Lakefront Stadium,
Mhm.
the Ohio State fans would have just nothing but boats out there.
Yeah.
It would just be packed. No matter what the weather is.
Do
Ohio State
Ohioans
would be
know
out
what
there.
boats are?
I'm just imagining all
There's
of the people who are
rivers
up
in
in.
Columbus, right?
I mean, it's on Lake Erie. There's
Yes.
boats.
I love the idea of trying to sail to Northwestern from Lake Cleveland.
I mean, you can.
You can.
I know you can. I just love the idea of someone's like their party boat trying to make that trip in.
It's either going to be
Mhm.
that, or it's going to be a whole bunch of people. Like Conneaut, Ohio, does this gigantic like D-Day reenactment on Lake Erie every year. And it's going to be a bunch of people commandeering those things and taking them up.
It's been a while since I watched Band of Brothers. I don't remember when the Americans stormed Lake Erie, like the coast off Lake Erie.
You learn something new every day.
That is such an Ohio hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just thinking about the fucking Cleveland Balloon Fest that killed people.
I'm trying to chart a course already how to get to. I'm looking at it.
You just sail up.
And then down. Yeah.
Like up and around Michigan, and then
And
back
wave
down.
at Mackinac Island as you go
Yeah,
by.
you just
and-
go right around Detroit.
You go under the bridge.
Yeah, the beautiful sexy bridge that connects the two strong peninsulas, whatever their state motto is.
Yes.
Maybe I don't think about bridges being sexy. I think I added that. Other games that night that are less, or other games that day that are less interesting. Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, just
It feels like a good one.
It does.
That feels like it could get dumb.
It could.
Did you see that in 2025, Georgia Tech is moving the Georgia game to Mercedes-Benz?
Lame.
They're getting paid to do it. This game is also, by the way, at Mercedes-Benz.
Lame. Bobby Dodd is cool. Play the game at Bobby Dodd.
They're getting paid $10 million to do this, and
they need the money.
They're not as cash poor as Cal is right now, because Cal's athletic department is by far the most cash poor at this point, but it's not great. Baylor at Texas Tech. a traditional Big 12 rivalry.
The Butt Bowl.
Butt Bowl.
But.
And the correct way. Colorado at Arizona. I like that. This is like that. That should be actually a really good game. Travis Hunter will be back.
Okay, cool.
Dion says that he is,
That's
sorry,
good.
Coach Sanders says that he's going to be there.
Nice.
Anything else on here that's vaguely interesting? Kansas State at West Virginia. Beth, are you going to this one?
Yes.
Look, I'm just going to say a few of these games right here before we get into the FCS fun ones here. You have fun with Kansas State at West Virginia.
Apparently, I have to.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. That's right.
Is the weather going to be nice?
It's good. Weather's going to be nice. That's what the forecast says. And your meteorologist.
You can
Neil
absolutely
Brown.
trust, the weather forecast up here in the fall, 5 days out. That's just science.
Hey, your local weatherman, Neil Brown, said it's going to be nice.
Look, if he wants to swap his job to weatherman, I will sign on whatever dotted line you would like.
Would that be would the Weather Channel be like KWVU?
Well, it would be WWVU.
WWV. Oh God.
And not KDKA.
Yeah.
Okay, the K is on the other side of the river.
Unless you are
Unless you are
KDKA. in
KDKA.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yes.
Unless you're
All right.
unless you're in Texas, we use both.
Well, yeah. I that's why I got confused when I moved here. Texas A&M at Mississippi State, the Maroon Bowl. Shout out to the 2000 Independence Bowl.
The snowball.
The Snow Bowl, just one of my favorite games of all time. LSU at Arkansas is, oh my God, LSU's going to Arkansas for the Battle of the Boot, which these games are just like instant. Like LSU plays Ole Miss, which are incredibly stupid games at all times, and LSU at Arkansas, incredibly stupid at all times. It's great, a lot of fun. Iowa at Michigan State, which I'm curious to see what Iowa does on the road in East Lansing. It should be interesting there. Central Florida at Iowa State. That is a conference game.
Oh.
This feels
Yeah.
like a trap game for Iowa State.
Really?
This is God,
I don't feel that way.
UCF seems
I know.
broken.
I know. It's just like this has been.
Is this the Iowa State game where they just like they sideshow Bob and trip on a bunch of
Yeah,
rakes?
yeah,
And
like
they hurt themselves, and UCF takes advantage?
yeah, like I don't think UCF is capable of winning this game on their own. I think they're going to need substantial help. The thing is that I think they might get substantial help.
Because West Virginia gave Iowa State a bunch of help last week, and you think they're going to return the favor to UCF?
West Virginia did not. Iowa State did not need help last week.
They
FYI.
sure didn't. They got lots,
Okay.
but they didn't need any of it.
Okay. So there was extra help that was not needed.
They just better.
Okay.
WVU is generous.
They were.
We have maybe the biggest game of the day, and I know Georgia, Texas, and Alabama, Tennessee feel this way, but our biggest game of the day is a number 1 versus number 2 game in Fargo, North Dakota. The battle for the Dakota marker. South Dakota State, number 1 at North Dakota State, number 2. This might be the biggest game of the day. There's another one that we don't have on here that I am going to mention quickly that might be as big. Number 1, D2 Harding is at number 6, Wichita State.
Ooh.
And Harding has been outscoring opponents by like 50 a game. This is their first real like fight. So this will be interesting too. But anyways, Dakota marker is going to be great.
It's going to be fun. North Dakota State leads the series 63-47. 5. The Dakota marker, the regular season trophy series, is tied 10-10. So once they introduce the trophy, it has been even. And South Dakota State has won 5 straight meetings, won in the 2022 FCS title game, and has won 7 of the last 11 since 2016. North Dakota State has only lost to 6 other FCS teams since 2016.
South Dakota State has had their number for a while now.
Now, yes.
But this North Dakota State team is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So
It should be good. It's going to be on ESPN2. Put this on your quad box and enjoy.
right. Like this is a perfect. I mean, our friend CFP Campus Tours is actually doing a double duty. He's going to the North Dakota game in Grand Forks and then going to the North Dakota State game that night. in Fargo. Of course, our NEC schedule read: Stonehill at Merrimack, LIU at Bobby Moe, St. Francis at Wagner. Wagner, who has had 2 punchers this season, make all conference honors.
Hey.
Like hella fun. And
they
then
tagged us in that photo. They were like, "Hey, Sickos Committee." I was like, yes, thank you." And we tweeted about it twice because we had to for both
and then
punters.
the game I'm worried about: Central Connecticut State at Dartmouth.
Woo!
I am this one. I'm not scared of much this thing. This one scares me.
Hard hitting New Britain coming to Dartmouth.
That's good.
It's gonna be a good one. That's what the Lambert Trophy person we had on. I forgot his name. EJ, right?
Yes.
No.
Can't remember what it was.
Damn it.
Something J, not EJ. EJ is the sports guy. Lambert Trophy guy, we're sorry. We like you.
It's fine.
AJ?
Hey, yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Okay.
Canonically, we have no memory.
Yeah, we're just really bad with names. We're sorry.
The guy with the trophy in the U-Haul.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then our big sky bangers: Idaho State going to Northern Arizona, which
somebody's going to be there.
Yeah?
Oh, me. I'm going to be there.
Taylor Swift will be there. No,
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. With the Commish, Taylor Swift is flying me out in her private jet to Flagstaff. I just checked the weather for Flagstaff. The high is supposed to be like 40.
Hell yeah.
And the low's going to be 20,
yes.
23.
Oh, that's so good.
The forecast is snow.
Yes.
Yes.
I am glad I am going to be in a dome.
Are you going to wear your puffy coat?
I got to get a Mac Brown puffy coat. I got to buy one in Flagstaff, a Flagstaff puffy coat.
I don't know. I would be wearing a home field hoodie in this weather. I don't know about
same, but I assumed that
home field got me a Northern Arizona hoodie to wear through this game.
Hey.
Perfect. Yes.
Montana State at Portland State. Portland State with a huge win this past week. Montana State looking like an absolute buzzsaw, though. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Cal Polyamorous is going to Idaho at 3 p.m. Then we have UC Davis at Eastern. This one, this is a spicier game. This is at 6 p.m. Eastern's been looking really sharp. UC Davis has been very good.
Eastern scared the crap out of Montana. They just took down Sac State. Now they're back home on the blood red field. And there's some of that energy coming back when they won the 2010 FCS title. Coming back to the Roos field.
And then lastly, Weber State and Sac State, both teams coming off a loss and really feeling like they need this one.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Commish, what is our FCS picker wheel of the week?
Let me click it. Clicking to pick it. What we got? Spinny, spinny, spinny. Oh my God. There was like 67 games on this. Oh my God, it's Idaho State. Well, I'll write it down.
Meant to be.
Spinny Wheel has spoken.
The wheel has spoken. Commission need to go to this game because the wheel said so.
How did your microphone get worse all of a sudden, like in 2 seconds?
That was very weird.
What happened?
You're fine now. You sound like you're underwater.
It's fine now.
Oh, okay. McNeese at Incarnate Word.
That's a game that's happening.
McNeese was ranked at one point this year. Incarnate Word, when I was on the sidelines watching my kiddo do the coin toss or whatever, or the coin toss and the ceremonial like game ball thing with the refs.
It's funnier if he's actually doing the coin toss. Want a clean game, everyone?
He had to peek over to see if it was heads or tails. Like he stuck. He's like, I gotta see what it is. And so when they flipped the coin, he was like, it was hilarious. But also the kids in his class don't believe that this happened. I was like, do you want me to send the video to like your teacher to prove that you were there doing this? Incarnate Word on the sidelines, I felt like the anger that they had toward Nichols last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were mad that Nichols beat them last year, and they were fired up to just the anger the players, they were just incredibly fired up, and I don't think I've ever felt energy like that before because I've really never been on the sidelines before for a game. It was very intense, and if they can keep that fire up, I think they should take care of business against the McNeese State Cowboys.
You've been on the sidelines for a game. You and I were together. We're at the fucking FCS championship game on the sidelines.
Yeah, but not like hostility energy in front of players right behind me.
No, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, but like the energy in that one being on the sidelines of the FCS game, that was kind of just like both teams had an air of like, we both can win this title.
Yeah.
It was not like, I'm going to kill you for ruining my season and not letting me make the FCS playoffs last year.
Okay, gotcha. Definitely different energy. I see that.
Not that energy where that Ohio State fan cut me off and I said, I'm glad Oregon won that. And I'm glad Dan Lanning used the 12-man hack.
Okay, kids, that's what we got for tonight. That is our preview for week 8. We will see you on next Tuesday when we will discuss things that are happening and whatnot. Was that a good ending? Was that good? Do you like that?
Things that are
I mean,
happening.
I
and
have
whatnot,
more
the
things I
Sickos
could
Committee
keep throwing
podcast.
at you until
What
you
things?
want to pick one.
Throw a thing.
Okay, so I looked at the TV schedule for what movies are airing on basic cable,
Okay.
and I think how is that being aired this week that you could watch? If the noon games are not appealing to you, you could watch Dirty Grandpa on MTV starting at noon.
Is that the one with Robert De Niro?
Yep, it's Robert De Niro, but he's like horny and making all kinds of sex jokes.
That's
It's
really
with Aubrey Plaza's in that movie.
And it's
Yeah,
on basic
Aubrey-
cable?
Yes, on MTV at noon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I thought it was the one with
And
Johnny
Aubrey
Knoxville.
Plaza
Or was that
and-
Bad Grandpa?
That's Bad
No,
Grandpa.
Bad Grandpa
Okay.
is,
Oh,
is
this-
the
okay.
Jackass
All right.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
Dirty Grandpa, Robert De Niro and Aubrey Plaza are like the love interests. But he's like super horny.
But also
Yeah.
there's also the movie The War with Grandpa, which also stars Robert De Niro.
It's
as
also
Grandpa.
Robert De Niro, yes. Robert De Niro getting the bag as Grandpa.
It's really the same thing as Auburn, Missouri when you think about it.